Today we're going to spend the day together. I'm going to eat what he eats, train what he trains, drink what he drinks, see if we can keep up. Yeah. First up, you do an ice bath.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get to it. First thing in the morning, an ice bath.
3 degrees Celsius.
That's cold. Oh, we'll top and tail in there, Rico.
Yeah, seems no
problem.
We'll put on some motivation. Let's jump in for 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
We want to start?
No, you first.
No, you start. Okay.
I'll go. No worries. Oh. Now, Rico. Wow. That is f***ing cold. You do this every morning? Every morning.
Make some breakfast and then take them to school. And we go to the gym.
Nice.
So, okay. It's going to be a lot of fun. A day in the life.
No, I'm looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this. Just so we know, it is very cold. Very, very cold. It's like I've been slapped with a ruler all over my body. So what we having then, Rico? We got chocolate flakes.
Yeah. Too bad that's not for us.
Healthy.
What's your go-to meal after a fight?
My go-to meal after a fight, well, I think it's 9 out of 10 times now for the last years. We fought in a place, it's called the Gelderdome. And like right outside, when you come outside, there's a McDonald's.
Big Mac.
Yeah. Multiple.
I'm used to 2-minute rounds, man. This is a step up again. Then 3-minute rounds are a different realm.
Yeah, it is.
People don't realise how fit you have to be to do 3-minute rounds in fighting. Be f***ing fit.
To attack you, and you step back, stretching your arm.
Yeah.
Stretch your arm, step. One.
Yeah.
You still have the distance.
Yeah.
So you know when you don't touch me,
Yeah.
you have more than enough space.
Yeah. 20.
Yes.
2 more. 21.
Yes.
Yes. 1 more.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Let's go.
I think if the wife wasn't watching, he wouldn't have done that.
Why? Of course.
Keeping up with me, with the fair play.
Now he's gonna push even more. Yeah, let's go, man. If you can't find the machine, it's okay. Then we'll just leave it at that.
Rico Verhoeven puts raw power to the test training with Eddie Hall inside camp ahead of the Oleksandr Usyk showdown.
Fight training at the minute, so I've been training, but I think I can jump back and do like a sort of a hybrid between the two. So strongman / fighting. So that's kind of how I train at the minute. I also train for strength, but it's a lot more reps. So we're gonna get a good pump on, that's for sure.
I gotta be honest. I'm pretty scared. Look how big he is. So I think he's really strong. But I'm gonna give it my all.
Do you want to do right? You got shoulders or back, or legs? Legs is like
No.
Shoulders or back.
Shoulders, back, chest, whatever. I'll leave it with you. You just do what you do. I'll run with you. You're the boss. Let's go.
The world's strongest man, Eddie Hall blends his experience with kickboxing legend Rico Verhoeven to forge Rico into a beast, with every warm-up building perfectly toward the showdown.
Lovely.
And then also use the hips with it, or?
Why not? Yeah.
Let's go.
So like 20 that way, 20 that way. Once you've done that, and then down by the side, we're just going to warm the back of the shoulder up. So just 20 reps of this. Super important you warm up properly. Okay, then out to the side. Okay, just getting a bit of blood in the whole shoulder, front to back. And then for mobility, stretch out as far as you can each arm. Nice big stretch. So we're stretching the lat.
So, Eddie, power training. How long have you been doing it? So like,
well, I started lifting weights when I was, I'm gonna say 13.
The brutal gym session becomes even more informative as Eddie shares his thoughts on how and when to start weightlifting, and as they both work together, the excitement builds.
it's a good start.
Up 10 kilos, so go up to 20.
So I also see that you and your son are training a lot.
Yeah, so my son's been training since he was 10.
But what do you say? Because a lot of experts say that You shouldn't start power training too young because you're still like...
That's a load of bollocks. I think under 10 would be a bit wrong, but I think from 10 onwards, like they've got some good bone structure to them. And I think it's a good age to start doing little bits of weight training. I'm not saying throw them in the deep end straight away.
Training alongside Eddie gives fans a view into the mind of Rico Verhoeven as he prepares to become a beast mode. So when he hits Oleksandr Usyk with strength, the boxing champion goes down.
8, 9, 20, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Chuck another 20 on.
I just managed this. How the hell am I gonna do another 20?
Or 20. 20. 20. Lovely. Stick this. 25.
Oh my God. Oh God. I wish I was acting, but I'm not. This is terrible. 20 reps, Eddie. Let's get it. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 20.
The trainer of Rico Verhoeven insists they are working harder to make sure Rico is fast in his combinations and punches, and Hall's acknowledgement speaks of the readiness of Rico.
And this is to keep him fast, keep him nimble, just to make sure he's got that speed.
The biggest key for him is to keep him fast and agile.
Yeah.
He's big and strong anyway.
Yeah.
He should be flexible, fast and agile.
Yeah.
And we work 2-3 times a week. Not always this, but other things also just to be fast.
Just to be speedy. Yeah, okay. Because that's what I've noticed when I watch you fight is you're a big guy, but you move like a lightweight.
Have we tried
Like the
it?
speed, your agility, it's genuinely impressive.
Thank you, brother.
Okay, let's...
We're gonna see how fast we can make it in one training.
maybe, I reckon I need 10 rounds to do one of these. But let's just go for it.
From running drills to strengthening the power of his legs, Rico's fast-paced movement is what Eddie Hall is most impressed by.
How many times did you do that?
I just finished it within 3 minutes.
4 times. Four rounds. You got 4 times. That is fast paced, man. That's ridiculous.
Okay, you get here, you go.
And when in the gym, the time comes for Rico and Eddie to come together to spar, things become even more interesting. The strength and power of Rico reach a level where when he hits the world's strongest man, he feels the pain and goes down.
9%. Yeah. Okay.
First, you must, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, brace it.
Have a good brace. Just gonna relax.
So build up to like 10%.
Yep.
Okay. 30, 40. Oh, that's dead weight. Okay. You're like 70%. Oh. In hell. Man, that is f***ing evil. Imagine getting that halfway through a fight, you'd be like,
No shit, man. So kids at home, if you want to chop a tree, start at the bottom.
The strict training routine of Rico includes the diet, the special flavor of rice and chicken. Rico highlights the benefits it brings and how maintaining sleep also helps in consumption of it all.
A little more flavor.
lovely. Not
Not
perfect.
much, but
Tasty, delicious, healthy.
believe me, after 8 weeks, I'm done. I'm done with rice and chicken now. All right, we got that.
That was lovely, Rico. Thank you.
More than welcome.
That was lovely, man. So what's next now? What time are we on, Nick? 20 to 1.
20 to
What's
1.
the plan of action now then? Sleep?
Yeah. So we're gonna get like an hour of sleep.
Sleep. It's amazing.
Yeah, I think we're gonna leave in about, I think 2:20. 2:20,
Okay.
we're gonna leave. And we're gonna drive to the gym and we're gonna do Power training.
Okay, power training.
Yeah, we're gonna get those legs in.
This is explosive power. I mean,
Yeah.
you've got massive legs.
Yeah.
And as they meet back after a break, Eddie takes his revenge by hitting Rico very hard. Rico finds in the pain a way to turn himself into a beast enough to land those powerful punches on Oleksandr Usyk.
Okay, I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, do it.
Sometimes you gotta breathe out. Sometimes you gotta keep your breath in.
That actually ricocheted up my arm. That was like everything I got into that. Fair play.
I feel like literally my gut's like going up. Like, why did I think about an iron gut challenge doing it with the world's strongest man? This is,
That's payback. That's payback for that kick he gave me.
fucking bastard.
And I literally couldn't walk for a month. I was like this.
And as Eddie Hall describes working with Rico Verhoeven, this sends a clear message to the boxing world. Do not underestimate Rico. Hall says Rico's hands are like shovels and his feet are like Wreck-It Ralph. And he is even way more dangerous for him than Usyk, AJ, Conor McGregor, and Alex Pereira. According to him, the limelight is going to change once Rico lands those powerful punches he trained with him.
He is the hardest I have ever met. You put Usyk, AJ, Tyson Fury, Francis Ngannou, Alex Pereira, Conor McGregor, line them all up, right? And say, right, which one would you want to fight the least? I think this is the problem, right? Is kickboxing has not had the limelight as what boxing has, right? So when you say someone's been the heavyweight champion of the world for 1 or 2 years, like, oh, he's got to be a hard. Rico has been the world kickboxing champion for 14 years in a row. He's never once been knocked out. He is humongous. He's over, I'm going to say 125, 130 kilo, 6'5", 6'6", just a huge human being. Hands like shovels, feet like Wreck-It Ralph. And I can honestly, hand on heart say, if you were to give me any man on the planet to stand and fight King Kong with, right? And give me any single man on the planet, I'd pick Rico Verhoeven.
Affirming to bring explosiveness and power to the ring, Rico calls Oleksandr Usyk a built-up cruiserweight and insists he, in comparison to Usyk, is a born natural heavyweight. He sends a deadly warning that when his power punches land on Usyk, he will be down. Rico makes it clear that no amount of boxing skill can absorb the force he has been cultivating alongside Eddie Hall, and the world will finally see a true heavyweight beast unleash havoc on fight night.
Well, when I land my best punch on him, of course he will go down because it's like a 20 kilo weight difference. He's like a build-up cruiserweight. So, and I'm like a naturally born heavyweight. So that's a big difference. So that's what's gonna happen if I land my best shot clean. And if not, yeah, we're just gonna win.
For Rico, the targets are beyond Oleksandr Usyk, and he insists Usyk is just the tip of the iceberg for him. The most important thing he has been highlighting is the weight difference, the 20 kilos that he refers to as what is going to be edging him toward victory. He is training harder, sending deadly warnings, and making sure to beat the guy who has been unbeatable. Rico sees this as his launch pad to dominate the entire heavyweight boxing landscape.
And especially with the weight difference is as soon as I clip him, yeah, he's gonna feel that. Because it's gonna be like at least a 20 kilo difference. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the start.
Really? What else do you want to do? What else do you want to achieve?
No, I'm not focused on what's next. For me, is like, actually, if we like look at it, what is next after this? I've beaten the unbeatable guy. Maybe there's nothing next, I don't know. But for me, basically, now it's just focused on the task that's ahead. And that's Oleksandr Usyk. And we'll see what happens after.
And this unexpected confidence in Rico is what every other boxing fan is noticing. Ade Oladipo, the sports journalist, chimed in insisting that Rico is the king of his own sport, kickboxing, and describes a personal interaction from their face-off interview, noting that Rico has been staring into Usyk's eyes while sending warning after warning to beat Usyk. He also expressed the calmness in Usyk's posture, noting he thrives under pressure and no one can make him frustrate easily.
This guy literally is the king of that sport. He's been unbeaten for like 12 years. So he almost has this aura of, I'm the king. And then in walked Oleksandr Usyk, and he just has this, I don't know, man. Usyk's got a presence about him. Oh my God, there was one bit in there, yeah, where I said to Rico, tell me why you think you can beat that man. So I'm like, don't tell me, sorry, I said, no, tell Usyk why you think you can beat him. And Rico just kind of stares at Usyk, and he goes down right through Usyk's eyes, like literally looking at Usyk, and says, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do da-da-da. And Usyk just says, we'll see. And I was like, ooh.
At the same time, this matchup has got some serious criticism. Wade Plemons blasted Oleksandr Usyk and Rico Verhoeven getting into a ring in a sanctioned bout. He thinks he would have rather watched Agit Kabayel versus Oleksandr Usyk or Rico Verhoeven versus Francis Ngannou in an MMA crossover. This, he believes, not only undermines the value of sports and legitimate opponents, but also wastes another 2 to 3 months waiting for fans to see Usyk's next bout with a rightful challenger.
You're not talking to the guy that discounts circus fights. You want to have one, whatever. But it's like, would I rather watch this or Usyk versus Kabayel? I'd rather watch Usyk versus Kabayel. Would I rather watch this or Rico Verhoeven versus Francis Ngannou in MMA? I'd rather watch Rico and Francis in MMA. So yeah, there's way more fights that we could have done that are better than this. I guess that's what we're doing. And we will be watching, but just with the same skepticism we always will for fights that are like this, which is Usyk is going to do a number here. And then we'll have wasted 2 months, 3 months on another non-title challenger, a non-legitimate title challenger.
Bursting with frustration, Wade expressed his deep desire to see Rico completely destroying Oleksandr Usyk. In his view, if that happens, it would then be a message to the boxing world on not arranging this sort of total joke-type matchups. He makes it clear he wants a humiliating fashion beating for Oleksandr Usyk by Rico, so that boxing gets some lessons to not arrange such matchups again. For Wade, only a brutal knockout will justify the spectacle and force promoters to think twice before crossing sports boundaries.
I almost want Rico Verhoeven to come in and just absolutely starch Usyk. You know why? Because then it would teach boxing a lesson about playing with his food. It would. And Francis Ngannou was this close to doing it, but boxing still hasn't learned. They need to be buried, and I mean in humiliating fashion, so that they learn their lesson about doing these kind of events. Because one, you're setting your product up to have this big showing, like, look at how much better we are at boxing than everyone that doesn't box. Who cares? And two, you're giving these people that work their entire life for opportunities for a championship a spit in the face to go and play circus fight. Someone said, is that Mams Taylor? Is that Mams Taylor? Here we go.
Verhoeven just took things to another level with a scary warning for Oleksandr Usyk. The kickboxing champ promised to knock Usyk's head clean off once they finally get in the ring together. These aren't fancy words from a press conference. This is real talk from a guy who has spent 14 years ending fights early. Usyk has been told straight up, no games, no hiding. The warning is out there now.
In as much or as little detail as you're going to, from the first bell, what are you going to do?
Knock his head off. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm, like you said, I'm like 55 pounds heavier. Yeah. So as soon as I hit him, it's gonna be something different.
You're gonna knock his head off?
Of course.
I think he's only been knocked down once. He's never been knocked, and that was a low blow. He's never been knocked down. You're going to have to go some, Rico.
Oh, what an opportunity I have here. I'm going to shock the world in front of the pyramids in this crazy scene. It's like, oh my God, I love it. That's why I'm so excited.
Now from a totally different side, Hamza Shiraz completely shot down Verhoeven's warning. He called it nothing but crazy talk. Shiraz laughed at the kickboxer's confidence and said a rude awakening is waiting inside the ring. According to Shiraz, Verhoeven won't be walking out of this fight on his own 2 feet. He thinks the heavyweight will get completely flattened the moment the first real punch hits him.
Listen, I think he's going to get absolutely ironed out. That's the truth. Like, I don't want to be disrespectful. I don't mean to be disrespectful, but you're fighting Oleksandr Usyk. You know what I mean? Someone who's beat Joshua, beat Fury, not only once but twice. And it's too much of an ask. You know what I mean? He has got a puncher's chance. We all have, but whether that chance will actually come to fruition, I don't really think it will.
Verhoeven keeps feeding off his own confidence and keeps promising to knock Usyk's head clean off, but Teddy Atlas just stepped in with a hard reality check. Atlas gives the kickboxer no chance at all. In his breakdown, the whole fight sits in Usyk's hands. The Ukrainian genius will decide how, when, and where this thing goes down, round by round, moment by moment. Atlas says Rico gets no vote. He only gets whatever Usyk feels like giving him. That is the cold, hard truth.
What's his chances? What's Verhoeven's chances? I think slim and none, to be honest. I looked at film on him, and yeah, he's big. He's 6'6", 270. Fury was big too, but Fury was a professional boxer. This guy, as I said, he doesn't have that background. He stands straight up. He's had 76 fights. He's won 66. He's got 26 knockouts. He's not a huge puncher. You know, his best punch is the right hand. That can be effective against the southpaw. Usyk's a southpaw. That can be the southpaw killer. I get it. It's not going to be. Usyk's too versatile, too good for him. His defense, his offense. I think it's going to come down to where Usyk, you know, it's up to him.
Tony Bellew just dropped a brutally honest warning. He admits that sparring with guys like Tyson Fury and Eddie Hall gives Rico a special edge. But then he breaks down what really goes down. Usyk might let Verhoeven hang around for 2 or 3 rounds, letting him build up fake hope. Then rounds 5 through 7 show up. Everything flips. Rico won't have a clue what is smacking him. The speed, the angles, the smarts all leave the kickboxer in the dust.
He's been around a long time. He's been around Peter Fury a long time. So that gives me a little bit of confidence in him as well, because Peter wouldn't take on a mess. Peter wouldn't embarrass himself with taking on a clown. So it lets you know that he can definitely fight. But I just think Usyk's so clever and so wise. 2-3 rounds maximum, he'll have figured them out. He'll have got the timing down to a T. And I think by round 5, 6, he'll be teeing off on him, and he won't know where they're coming from. So he's an amazing kickboxer. He's one of the best. You know what I mean? Listen, I think Ernie Stokes is the best kickboxer ever, but that's up for debate. But he's a strong guy. He's got very, very good hands for a kickboxer. But listen, you're coming into our discipline, and no one is ever going to come into our discipline and beat us at it.
Bellew is speaking from personal experience here. He has actually shared a ring with Usyk, so his warning to Rico means something real. He says Usyk won't wait around at all. He will throw moves the kickboxer has never seen and make him pay right away. Forget the later rounds. Bellew says the damage starts in the first 2 minutes. Rico might be ready for a war, but he is not ready for this.
He's been doing easy touch, hasn't he, for a while.
Oh, he fought you?
I don't want to say he's an easy touch. I think it'll be really interesting for about 6 or 7 minutes. I think 1 or 2 rounds. And then I think once he figures him out, because he's going to be an absolute nightmare to prepare for. He's going to be throwing punches from all kinds of mad angles. He's going to be doing things that he should never be doing. He'll be really awkward, really crazy for the first few rounds. And then I think he'll figure him out and then he'll punish him.
Have you seen that, Verhoeven?
Yes.
Tony, we're talking a bit before as well that he's sparred with the Furies, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. He's been in the camp with the Furies for many years. He spars many rounds with Hughie Fury. He sparred hundreds of rounds with dozens of rounds with Tyson Fury.
Now, flipping all the criticism around, this fight gives Rico a huge chance to lock in his legacy against an undefeated heavyweight king. He says he is taking Usyk's belt. Putting everything on the line could actually shake Usyk's legacy at the hands of a kickboxer. Rico respects that Usyk agreed to fight him even with so many other options on the table.
So what an amazing opportunity I'm having now to have the honor to share the ring with this man and get the rounds in and take his belt. So no, it's like I said, it's an incredible honor, and also amazing that he took that fight, because like he said, he has hundreds of options in front of him, and he took this fight. So I'm appreciative for that. I'm thankful for that. And yeah, on the night we're gonna see and make the best man win.
So there you have it. One side says Rico is a beast who will knock Usyk's head off. The other side says the kickboxer doesn't stand a chance. Two worlds are about to collide and only one truth will survive the night. What do you think? Does Rico Verhoeven really have what it takes to break the boxing king? Or is Oleksandr Usyk about to teach him a lesson he will never forget? Drop your prediction in the comments. Like this video if you think the kickboxer lands the upset. Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss the moment the first punch lands.